Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing how to cook my way of doing green beans and carrots. So I've got all my ingredients that are placed out here. I like to do many of my vegetable dishes when it comes to cooking them, usually in mustard oil, but today I'm going to be using ghee because I find the flavors are really nice when it comes to cooking green beans and carrots. So let me take you guys through the ingredients here. Here I've got green beans. What I've done is I have simply partially boiled them in boiling water and salt, a little bit of sugar, and then straight away I had a bowl of cold water that was ready here, and I simply placed it into cold water, ice cold water, and then it's ready here. I've got one onion that's thinly sliced, white onion. I've got fresh ginger, fresh garlic, a little bit of turmeric, salt. I've got fresh coriander, fresh green chilies, carrots. These are simple baby carrots. I've just cut them into big chunks like this at a slanted angle. I've got tomatoes. I've peeled them and I've cut them into big chunks like this. Ghee, roasted coriander, roasted cumin, roasted Kashmiri red chilies, and a little bit of hing. Ghee. So let's get started. I'm going to put my stove on. And I'm using a cast iron pan, which is a kadhai. And what I'm going to do is I am going to place my ghee in here and allow the ghee to melt. What's nice to do is you do want to cook your green beans prior, partially boil them. These are quite nice and tender, small in size, so they don't really take that long. But you do want to partially boil them and keep them ready. And that way what happens is it tends to leave its color, so it's nice and green, so we don't really have vegetables that are not so nice looking in color. Alright, so we're going to allow this ghee to melt, and I am going to add in my onions. These are thinly sliced, and we're going to add this onion and we're going to brown them till they're nice. Alright, so let's throw the onions in here. And what I like to do with the onions when I'm adding my onions is to add a little bit of salt. And what the salt does is it draws out the moisture and it makes your onions go nice and crispy, really nice and quick. So personally for me, I never like cooking I don't ever use the onions that are pre-fried and in the packet. This does take a little bit of time, but it makes a big difference when it comes to your flavors. So we're going to make sure these onions are nice and brown, and we're going to move on. So the onions are nice and golden. I'm going to add my ginger and my garlic. This is about a teaspoon or so of fresh ginger garlic. So fresh ginger, fresh garlic goes in. We add a little bit of turmeric. It's about a teaspoon or so of turmeric. And let's just give this a whirl. And what I like to do at this stage is to add in my tomatoes. The tomatoes soften up, so we're going to braise these tomatoes nicely. And what I like to do is with the back of my spoon, I just like to help crush these tomatoes and chop them down. Right. A little bit of roasted coriander and roasted cumin going in. This is about half of a teaspoon of coriander and half of a teaspoon of cumin going in. The cumin a little bit more than the coriander, so I would say about 3/4 of a teaspoon of roasted coriander that's going in. what's important to remember at this stage is to make sure that if you feel that your spices are going to burn down, then have a little bit of water ready here, and every now and again when you feel like it's catching at the bottom, you want to make sure you add water so that they don't burn down and you don't have burnt spices. What I'm going to do is at this stage pop my lid on medium to low heat and just make sure that my tomatoes soften up a bit. I'm happy with the consistency that's here. A really important or a key trick to remember when cooking, especially indoor pot dishes, is to make sure that if your ghee or your oils appeared on top or on the sides, then you know that you are ready for the next step or your dish is completed. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to add in my green beans that I've prepped, and after tossing it once or twice, I am going to add in my carrots as well. Right, so heat goes up, carrot goes in, and we'll give it a nice stir. So I'm not a huge fan of the fact that your veggies end up losing their color. For me, that's really not nice, because then we losing the essence of cooking the vegetables and eating the vegetables as well. So remember, we added salt to our onions initially. We didn't add salt late after that. So I'm going to add in a little bit of water just so that I can see that the spices are not burning at the bottom. And we're going to taste, adjust seasoning if need be. So let's just get into this here. Okay. I'm happy with that. A little bit of the rough red chilies. Not a lot, this is quite strong, so I don't want to add a lot. And in goes in hing, which is asafoetida, and why it's really nice is, especially when you're cooking green beans and stuff, veggies that are known to give you winds in the stomach, it tends to take care of that. So we've added just a pinch of that. Right, so I'm going to pop the lid on just for a few minutes so that we can have the flavors well incorporated. I mentioned it again and again, I don't want to overcook my veggies. So the lid goes back on, and I am going to cut my coriander and prep my green chilies and lemon and keep that ready. Alright guys, so I've got a few stems of coriander here. I'm going to just chop these finely, and I'm using stem and leaves, and you really want to make sure that you get the stems in. They have so much flavor, so much nutrients. You really just want to get all of that in. We're going to just cut this finely, and I've got some green chilies that I've prepped and cut ready. So all I've done is I've slit it lengthwise into 4, and a little bit of lemon juice, And what I find with my veggies is I really like to keep them basic and simple. Not a lot of overcooking, not a lot of ingredients, not a lot of things that go on into my veggies, because I really still do want to taste and feel and enjoy my veggies. Right, so this is going on the lid here. We're going to leave it for another minute or two. And if you have a look at the texture and the feel of the dish, there isn't excess water here. The moisture content is, I would say, about 10 to 15. I want to really just bring it down to about 5 to 10, but not over dry it also, so that you should be able to have this with a naan or rice, either one of the two dishes. So we pop the lid on. Let's just remember what I said. A good indication is that your ghee appears on top, so we just want to wait for that. In goes in a good squeeze of lemon, coriander, green chilies. We're ready to go. So this has been going on for about 5 to 7 minutes. Remember, we cooked our green beans partially about 70 to 80% when we boiled it. So we were just making sure that all the flavors come together with the carrots. Have a look here. The ghee is starting to appear nicely on top. And I am going to give in a good squeeze of lemon juice. So that goes in here. And mix it well. And we're going to throw in our green chilies, coriander, and personally for me, guys, I end up serving it in the same pot, the cast iron pot. I usually like to do my veggies quite fresh, so from here this will go straight onto the table. And that is green beans and carrots ready pretty quick. So guys, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like, subscribe, comment, share this video. Thank you from the Kriya Kitchen. Until next time.